Today on 21st Century Television.
Explore state-of-the-art technology, innovative business strategies, insights from cutting-edge corporations around the globe. A visionary look into the answers of tomorrow, today. Business leaders, business solutions.
21st Century Television.
Welcome to 21st Century Television. I'm Jackie Bales. Travel is an essential component of business, but many organizations feel powerless to control the ever-increasing costs associated with it. Our guests today and their company, Creative Lodging Solutions, have made it their goal to help businesses rein in these costs. To discuss their solutions, we have President and CEO Mike Tedderton and CFO Marcia Couch. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here, Jackie.
Mike, why is it so hard for businesses to control their travel costs?
I think it's hard for businesses because they're not in the business of travel. They're in their business and they're focusing on that. And typically what we have found is a project manager or a supervisor is out on the road trying to find a hotel that can take their business, negotiate the rates, set up a direct billing, and then reviewing the bills and sending them in when they come in. And the project manager's just not set up to do that well. Or it's an admin person who's got a full-time job back in the office, and now they've got the burden of doing the lodging and being the coordinator. And what we find is when we focus on that, we just do a much better job, and we save our clients quite a bit of money by being able to do that.
Now, Marcia, tell us a little more about Creative Lodging Solutions and how you're helping clients save all this money.
Well, we are a travel management company, and we have been in business for 11 years. We have been named one of the fastest growing companies in America the last 4 years by Inc. magazine.
Wow.
So we help our clients to save money both directly and indirectly. Directly through the hotel rates we negotiate. With our buying power, we are able to get large discounts from the hotel chains. And then also indirectly through administrative costs, the time to make the reservations, research hotel options, get bills in from hotels, pay those bills. It's a lot of time. We take that on for our clients and allow them to save the cost of doing that.
Now, Mike, how do you differ from a travel agency, for instance?
Well, Jackie, one of the biggest misconceptions clients have is when they put their business with a travel agent, they're going to save money. And that's just simply not true. When we were in the hotel business before, the highest rates we used to get were from travel agents who were booking for clients.
Oh, wow.
And they get to control the reports and they know where people are staying. We go in and we negotiate one-on-one when we have a project, and we end up getting much deeper discounts from a travel agent than a travel agent would get.
How important is it, do you think, that you were in the hotel business before starting this business?
Well, I think it's extremely important. I think it's what's helped the success of our company is we kind of know the secrets and what's behind the curtain. And so we can negotiate and leverage that.
I love it. Marcia, give me the specific details on why companies need your services.
One of the biggest reasons a company would come with us is just to help streamline their lodging program. Taking reservations and reconciling bills can take a lot of time for a company. Allowing us to do that for them lets them focus on their core business and saves them a lot of time in doing that.
Which just makes a lot of sense. If someone is an engineer or some other kind of construction project manager, doing hotels and hotel bookings and reconciling all that, that's just, not what they do.
That's right.
And I'm sure they don't even want to think about it. Is that what you find?
Yes, absolutely.
Mike, what do you believe is the biggest benefit you provide your clients?
I think the biggest advantage we do for our clients is we customize lodging programs based on their needs. We found that most of our clients' needs fall into one of 6 categories. Either they want direct savings on money for hotel rates, staying in similar hotels at a lower rate, or they want reports to do analysis and budgeting from. And the other one is, like Marcia said earlier, they want to focus on their core business and they don't want to take time from their field people to try to turn them into lodging coordinators.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, Marcia, Mike mentioned that there are 6 benefits. So what are the other benefits that your clients receive from your services?
Well, we actually have a lot of clients who come to us for our consolidated billing. We take all the bills from the hotels for the stays for our clients and we consolidate those into one weekly bill for our clients. So there's a lot of administrative savings. We audit the bills to ensure that the rates are correct and that there are also no unauthorized charges. we have clients who don't want to pay for meals or movies, so we audit those bills to make sure those charges are washed before we bill the clients.
So that nobody was emptying out the little refrigerator.
Absolutely, absolutely, the mini fridge. We also have clients that have travel policies they want enforced, so we help them enforce their travel policies. They may want to have 2 people in each room, so we can kind of help them when we book the reservations to make sure that we're enforcing those policies.
I can see where that'd be helpful.
When Marcia says consolidated billing, one example of that is we have a client who we processed 46,000 invoices for last year, and we turned it into 52 invoices, 1 per week for them.
Wow.
And we also guarantee 30-day billing. So from the date you check out, we'll get you a bill within 30 days. Because a lot of clients are billing someone else for the stays if they're passing those charges along, and they'll get a bill that rolls in 6 or 8 months later, and they can't bill a client and they have to eat it.
Right.
And we solve that problem.
That's a huge benefit right there. Are there hidden benefits, you think, Mike, to partnering with Creative Lodging Solutions that wouldn't be immediately obvious?
I think probably the biggest hidden benefit would be tax savings. Most cities and states will give a tax break after you stay 30, 60, or 90 days, depending on the state. Some are 6 months. But most companies don't realize this, so they continue to pay taxes. We delivered a check last year for $96,000 to one of our clients that we got back from the states that they had hotel stays. We had to do the audit, and we did the paperwork for them.
And
that was a pretty nice benefit.
$96,000?
Yep, in tax savings.
And obviously the hotel wasn't going to let them know
That's right.
that, hey, by the way.
And it didn't come from the hotel, it comes from the state.
Right, right. That is brilliant. Marcia, what type of companies would benefit from partnering with Creative Lodging Solutions?
We would benefit any type of company that has travel over $250,000 a year, and the focus of long-term and project-type lodging is where we do best with them.
Mm-hmm. Mike, it sounds like you offer some pretty significant services. Why would a company choose to partner with Creative Lodging Solutions?
I think mainly to save time, energy, effort, and then cash. I mean, we save companies a lot of money, whether it be the direct savings or the indirect savings, and they can deploy the time we save them to things that are more important.
Cash is good.
There you go.
Cash is king. Mike, what is your biggest success story of a benefit that you provided a client? Does something come to mind?
I think the biggest one we have is we saved the client about 25.4% off their prior lodging for the prior year, the first year we took over, and they had the same number of stays. And that the neat thing about that 25% savings is they're $1 million plus company in lodging, so it's $250,000. But that savings goes on year after year. They've been with us several years, so that's a pretty neat
It's a
thing.
huge savings. How are you able to do that? Is it because you are operating in such large numbers with so many companies?
Actually, they had an in-house travel agent, and they were using these normal travel agent rates. That's what they use. We went out and negotiated kind of one-on-one with the hotels they were using, and that's where the savings came from. We're pretty good negotiators.
I would imagine. It sure sounds like it. Marcia, can you tell us some of the locations of hotels and some of the clients that you work with?
Yeah, we work with clients all over the U.S. and also internationally, and also the same with hotels. We book hotels nationwide and then also internationally for our clients.
So lastly, Mike, I've just got to ask, what's the biggest surprise that your customers experience once they've signed on with you?
I think realizing what all fell through the cracks in their company. You know, if they're a construction company and they're looking after, you know, hundreds of workers or thousands in steel, or if they're redoing restaurants or environmental, whatever industry they're in, they're focused on their business.
Of course.
They really have no idea what falls through the cracks and how much money is kind of hidden in the hotel bills. And as proven by us being a fastest growing company, we're signing up companies all the time, and I guess the biggest surprise to them is when they find out the truth of what was going on, and as we unveil that to them as we find out.
Wow. Well, your service sure sounds like a no-brainer for any company looking to cut travel costs. Thanks to both of you, Mike and Marcia, for sharing this with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For 21st Century Television, I'm Jackie Bales. Thanks for watching.